Hey, we are back in the DFS sweatshop. I am on location going throughout my day, but I figured I would stop and go ahead and release today's core 4 plays. These are the 4 guys who, before I do anything, I have them firmly entrenched in my lineup. There's going to be some mixing and matching. I'm going to be doing things differently with each lineup I enter. Remember, I am a tournament player only. I play single entry and multi-entry GPPs. When we came up with the 4 core strategy, our goal was to streamline our players, our core plays, and have as much exposure as we could to the same people that we really liked. Now, as far as how the whole thing works, I come up with 4 guys that I really like. Those are going to be guys that I'm sharing with you. The next 2 guys are going to be value plays that I get when it comes to injuries, late breaking news. That's going to take me being involved in social media, on Twitter, checking to see who's in and who's out. I'm going to get 2 plays from there that I really like. And lastly, my other 2 plays, because we know it's an 8-man roster, are going to be the 2 plays that I get from the DFS community. 2 guys that you all are really highly on. A couple guys that, the Roto Grinders and the different podcasts are talking about. What I do is I take 2 of those guys. I know they're going to be highly owned because everybody's talking about them. I want to stay with the field, so I get those 2 guys. So just to go over it again, the 4 guys, gut plays, core members. You can establish your own core if you like, but I do have 4 guys that I really have in mind today. The next 2 are going to be industry plays, the guys that everybody's talking about, guys that if you don't have and they actually do go off, you will not catch up to the rest of the field. And also 2 guys that are going to be coming in and seeing uptick in minutes or usage because of injuries, suspension, late decisions by the coach, do not plays, stuff like that. That's how we're going to be doing that. So let's go ahead and jump into today's core 4. We're going to start with my favorite play of the day. I'm going to have this guy in 100% of lineups. I'm going to lock him in everywhere. And that's going to be John Wall. John Wall at 9.2K going up against Sergio Rodriguez. He is going to destroy them. I really can see him going triple-double ham today. That's somebody who I really like, and I've got him in 100% of my lineups. The next guy's going to be Boogie. Now, the reason why I normally don't roster guys against San Antonio, but there's 3 things that's going for DeMarcus Cousins in this matchup that I really like. First of which is it's a home game. They're going to be playing at home. The second is they're a home dog. So that means that, we could see a full allotment of minutes from Boogie tonight if the game is sort of close or maybe, 10-point lead or less, right? So we could definitely see a full allotment of minutes for Boogie. And thirdly is because if you're gonna beat up San Antonio anywhere, it is definitely in the trenches, and this is one of the league's best big men. And there's a 4th reason. At 8.9K, you will never see Boogie this cheap. It's a tough matchup, I understand that, and that might scare a lot of people off of him. So I don't think when it comes to those top 5 stars that we always look at on these large slates, we look at LeBron, we look at Anthony Davis, we look at James Harden, we look at Russell Westbrook, and Boogie is right in that same class with them. So I think he's going to be a really great play today, and I've got him in about 70% of my lineups. The next guy is going to be Clint Capela. Now, I definitely want exposure to that Oklahoma City and Houston game, but I'm not willing to pay up for Harden or Westbrook. The price is just too high for me. I completely faded both of them. I have them in 0% of my lineups, but I do want to get a piece of that game, and I think Clint Capela is going to be the most cost-effective way for me to get exposure to the Houston side and what James Harden brings to the table as far as him being, the floor general and assisting the ball. We know Mike D'Antoni's been running a really high-paced offense. We're going to see a lot of touches from the Houston side. We also know Russell Westbrook is a track star on the court when it comes to it. So I see a lot of possessions, a pretty high-scoring game, and a nice 15-point double-double for Clint Capela at 5.1K. I think that's a very fair price for him. And the last play is sort of a value, but he's somebody that I really like. We got word early in the afternoon that we're not going to see Joel Embiid that took a hit for me, and he was somebody who I originally was eyeing for my core play. But with Embiid out, that means the shift focus directly to Okafor. So a lot of people look at me roster Okafor. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. He doesn't have the offensive game that we're gonna need at his price point to go out and perform well against this Washington defense. But I do like Richaun Holmes. Richaun Holmes is going to be rounding out my core 4. He is at 3.7K, very cheap. Last time out, I believe he more than exceeded value, scored about 25 DK points at the same price. Price hasn't moved. I like Richaun Holmes today. My core 4 plays, the guys I'm going to be starting every lineup with are going to be John Wall, Boogie Cousins, Clint Capela, and Richaun Holmes. Get them in there. Get them in your lineups. It's an 11-game monster slate. Let's go out and get this money and have a profitable Wednesday. Peace to y'all in the sweatshop.